का धारा तू गंगा की मौज में, जमुना का धारा हो रहेगा मिलन, ये हमारा ओ हमारा तुम्हारा रहेगा मिलन, ये हमारा तुम्हारा.
I'm now silent and dry. I'm still around here, somewhere. I'm not recognized as a river. People know me as a nala, open drain. They hold their breath as they pass by. Where am I? Please, give me back my identity.
It is a silent cry that we tend to ignore. With determination, we can get our environment back for the present and future generation and eventual tiger rehabilitation. We wish to present a big pilot project for the Mumbai environment that can be approached and worked at different levels.
We want to rehabilitate the 4 Mumbai rivers of Dahisar, Poisar, Oshiwara and Mithi, and their connection, interaction and eventual rehabilitation with the mangroves at Mahim, Lokhandwala, Charkop and Gorai. This can then also be the solution to give Aarey back to Sanjay Gandhi National Park for our big cats. In this way, we can expand the lungs of the city. You may be surprised to learn that tigers did exist in Mumbai until the last tiger was shot in 1929 near Vihar Lake. We present as one example a river in dire need of rehabilitation. Nestled in the hilly region of Sanjay Gandhi National Park in Borivali in Mumbai, having elevations between 30 meters and 480 meters, is the source of the approximately 12-kilometer long Dahisar River. Starting at the Gaumukh, the Dahisar River follows a path through the park. The river flows by the 2,400 years old Canary Caves, sculpted out of the rocky cliffs that lie within the park. The lush greenery is due to its proximity to the river. Where water is retained, you have a beautiful stretch of green with foliage for visitors to enjoy the breath of fresh air, generating both ecology and economy. This is the point where the river leaves the forest behind to enter the city and meet the sea. We come across a Dhobi Ghat, where soiled clothes from hospitals, hotels and school hostels are washed daily, leaving behind dirty water with chemicals. NH8, one of the major national highways where the river crosses, is further polluted by a tabela, buffalo shed, an illegal activity as per local law. Here is the Smashan, the final journey where the last rites are held and carried away by the river. This too is not respected. When we came here to stay in 1957, there were only small houses. A few bungalows away was a river. After the settlement of Premji Nagar, the course of the river changed. It was not so earlier. It was good to stay by the river and was beautiful and scenic. It is not so now. The once beautiful bank of the river is now reduced to a gutter. The river, known as Mata in Hindu religion, is clearly at the mercy of factories and individuals who throw their waste into its waters. This is clearly the consequence of an unplanned development of the city along with population explosion. Just imagine a beautiful clean river with a city line on either side of the bank. This can be achieved by just putting a stop to the pollution. The birds and fish would then make a comeback.
dengue fever, you heard
Malaria.
about it. Virus, malaria, and whatnot. All this is because we are breathing in and out, in and out. When I come this way, then I feel bad when people walk. I just put my sari like this.
All rivers connect to the 4 mangroves at Mahim, Lokhandwala, Charkop and Gorai. A strip of green that separates much of Mumbai's coastline from the Arabian Sea is almost submerged at high tide. Mangroves are various types of medium-height trees and shrubs that grow in saline coastal sediment habitats. These mangrove forests are home to several species of plants, birds, animals and marine life. Mangroves act as a natural barrier against floods, protect the shoreline from soil erosion, and can absorb almost 8 times more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than any other ecosystem. The saline conditions tolerated by various mangrove species are known to range from brackish water through pure seawater to water concentrated by evaporation to over twice the salinity of ocean seawater. Unfortunately, garbage has been dumped into these intertidal areas, upsetting the salinity of the seawater and choking off mangrove tree roots. The dumping is a technique to illegally reclaim the land and subsequently build on it once the trees have been destroyed. This concrete jungle was once a mangrove paradise. The beautiful mangrove forest is like the Sundarbans. Only missing is the roar of the tiger. We can still save what remains of nature's bounty. Flowing through this mangrove forest, each river finally meets the Arabian Sea. Ultimately, all solid and liquid waste is visible on our beaches, destroying our coastal line and affecting the fishermen and their livelihood. We need to work on the complete ecosystem of our city, from Gaumukh in the Sanjay Gandhi National Park and Aarey to the river, from the river to the mangroves that finally lead to the Arabian Sea. We can then see a palm-fronted, beautiful beach. Here are just 3 striking examples to support and explain our aim. Suzhou Creek in Shanghai was known as one of the bodies with the most contaminated water. The creek had a historical importance as a maritime trade route from early 1600s. But since the 1920s, the population explosion in the region, wastewater and industrialization killed most of the aquatic plant species, the only source of industrial water and irrigation in Shanghai. The poor quality of the creek also threatened the health and living conditions of residents living in the area. The Shanghai-Suzhou River rehabilitation was planned to see the body of water become the channel of urban renewal and economic growth and the restoration of natural ecology and wildlife habitat. The River Thames was a biologically dead river in the 1950s and is today a thriving waterway. It is now the cleanest metropolitan river in Europe. As the river gets cleaner, more species of fish and river life return to the Thames. The project is essentially about how the health of humans is intrinsically linked to the health of the ecology as a whole. Tighter regulations of polluting industries and interaction with farmers, businesses and water companies to reduce pollution and improve water quality have all helped to make the Thames a living river once again. In our own country, we have the Sabarmati Riverfront Development Project, an environmental improvement, social uplift and urban rejuvenation project to renew Ahmedabad. The Sabarmati is a 370-kilometer long, once perennial river originating from the Aravalli Hills near Udaipur in Rajasthan that meets the Arabian Sea in the Gulf of Khambat. The project was designed to provide Ahmedabad with 11.5-kilometer long pedestrian promenades at the water's edge along both the banks of the river. In addition to the promenades, many new parks and gardens are envisioned on the reclaimed land.
Build more, achieve higher construction turnover for monetary gains, but definitely not at the cost of social and environmental interest. The destruction of natural environmental condition has turned these areas into our city's backyard, both physically and figuratively. Sustainable ecology and environment, prepared with people's participation, needs to be the essential feature of our city's development plan.
Here is the voice of the common man and his concerns. Is it loud enough to make a difference?
ह्या चित्रपटाची शूटिंग या नदी किनारी झाली होती. हे पाणी नॅशनल पार्क करून यायचं, डोंगरातून यायचं.
पण 42 वर्षापूर्वी नद्या अगदी स्वच्छ होते. काय 1 पैसा पहिला होता आपला तो दिसायचा असा पडलेला आहे नदी. काय भांडी घासायला, कपडे धुवायला पण आम्ही येते.
नाशिकला जे आता आम्ही गेलो होतो ना, नाशिकला जे आधी खूप पाणी खराब व्हायचं ना, ते साईडने असं हे काढलेलं आहे त्यांचं. साईडने खराब पाणी जातो आणि दुसरं चांगला पाणी सरळ जातो नाशिकला. तसं होऊ शकते इथे, ना होऊ शकत असं नाही. हां, होऊ शकते, पण सांगतात का बाबा होणार आहे होणार आहे, मग कधी होणार आहे? हां.
Authorities, please do not consider me as a huge burden on the development agenda. Progress, but in the process, do not forget me and my fellow rivers. Help me and yourself